What's the word, everybody on YouTube? My name is Mia B, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, subscribe, like, and comment in that order. As y'all can see by the title, today's video is gonna be a story time. This story time is actually going to be a part of a series, a Toxic X story time series, but this story that I'm about to tell y'all basically kicked off the toxicity in our relationship. I'm gonna just go ahead and get started and get this over with. So this happened a few years ago. I'm not even gonna get into all the specifics. That's not important. But we'll give my ex a name. We'll call him Tweaky because he be tweaking. At this point in our relationship, all the way up until this point, we were going through the puppy dog phase, the honeymoon phase, the lovey-dovey, everything was great, and we were about 6 months in. Yes, only 6 months in. But I got love bombed, but that's neither here nor there. We're not talking about that right now. So at the point we were 6 months in, we weren't living together. We were just going over one another's places. So I would be over his place for the most part, literally all the time. I was getting off work, going to his place, going home, showering, packing a bag, going back to his place, going to work from his place, and doing it all over again every single day. Okay, so now fast forward back to the 6 month mark. I'm over his place, as I always am. We were laying in the bed. I had been over his place. It was the morning time, and we were just talking about random stuff, talking about life, and we were talking about kids this day. I don't even know how the topic came up, but we were talking about kids, and I basically was like, I don't see how females get in relationships with dudes that have kids already. I'm like, yeah, I don't know how they do it. That's a special occasion. Like, that's something that I would want to share with somebody for the first time. I don't want him to have that bond with somebody else, like, especially not for the first time. And then he like, but what if I had a kid? What would you say if I had a kid? And I said, well, if I knew beforehand, it wouldn't be a problem if I decided to continue to deal with you or continue to talk with you. I would continue the relationship like normal. He like, but what if I told you that I had a kid right now, like in this position right now? What would you do? I said, I'd be super mad. I'd probably leave you, like, no questions asked. Then I said, but actually, like, I don't know. It really depends how it happened. How's the baby mother? Were you just keeping it from me the whole time? Like, I'm running it down. Like, no, I wouldn't like it, but it really depends on a whole number of factors if I would stick around or not. And he says, well, I have something to tell you. And I said, don't play with me. He said, well, yeah, I might have a kid. And I said, what? You might have a kid? He said, yeah, I don't know if the kid actually mine. Like, it was a one night stand and I really don't know. But yeah, I might have a kid. And I'm like, why don't you just get a DNA test then? Like, what are you waiting on? He like, oh, the baby not here yet. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm literally laying there. I prop myself up like, wait a minute. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's really all I remember saying a bunch of times back to back. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Because that was so much. So what you're telling me is you have a child on the way. He's like, well, I don't know if that baby mine, but yeah, she said that baby mine. And I said, so you don't think that it's yours? He said, nah. I'm like, well, did you use protection? Yeah, we straight. I was good. I don't really think the baby mine, but I just thought I'd tell you because the baby is due today. I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know about this at all. Like, that's too much. He like, I don't even know if this baby is mine. Like, you judging me off a decision that it might not even be mine. This girl probably just saying stuff. He like, man, she be effing. Yeah, she be effing. Yeah, she be effing. She be effing. I know she be effing. She be effing. She be effing. That's all he kept saying. Like, so at this point, I'm like, yeah, that's a lot. I'm about to go home. I went to my house. I was like, yeah, it's not finna. I had to work later that day anyway. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just finna go think about this and like deal with it. Cause I'm like, why did you choose this moment right now to like tell me. Like, at that point, I thought he set that up. Like, he was playing me. Like, he brought up the topic. He was, like, and I'm calling him out on it. He's like, you're delusional. I just saw it as an opportunity since we were on the topic to tell you. And I'm just like, bro, like, what? And I was the type of person to say, and I'm back that way now. Duh. But I was the type of person to say, like, I would never, ever deal with a man who had kids because it always came with the extra. And I said never. I remember my friends in the past was like, never say never, Mia. Never say never. Somebody will pop up in your life and it'll make you change it all around. But it made me change it all around for 2.5 seconds. And then I'm back. You got to be childless to deal with me because I'm childless. I'm sorry. I know that narrows down the pool because there's so many baby fathers in the world. But I am okay with being alone. Jesus is my boyfriend anyway. So it's okay. I'm going on a tangent. I'm ranting at this point. But so I was like, I'm finna go to work and I'm finna just see what's up. Like, it can't be too serious. Like, it's not too serious. Like, he don't even know if the baby is. He probably gonna go to the whatever hospital, get a DNA test, and then it'll either say it is or it's not. If it is, then it's a wrap. If it's not, then okay, we can continue this relationship. I went home. He ended up texting me, and I ended up telling him, like, look, I don't like how you told me all of a sudden, especially the due date when you knew in advance, because you didn't just find this out this morning. So you knew in advance. By this point, I didn't know how far in advance he knew, but that's in past stories. That's in later stories, like later on down the line. Like I said, this is going to be a series. So click that notification bell and stay tuned. But anyway, I basically tell him that, like, we gonna wait on these results, and if you turn out to be this baby's father, it's a wrap for you, baby. Like, for real. I'm waiting on my brother to have a kid so I can be the rich auntie. Like, I want to spoil somebody's kids, but not my significant others if they ain't come out of my cooter cats. But for real though, like, no. So the day goes on. I end up going to work. At this time, I was a server at a restaurant. So I'm serving. They tell me I got sat again in my section. I go to my section. Why is it my boyfriend, my ex at the time, Tweaky? So Tweaky sitting there, and I'm like, what the heck? And I'm like happy to see him. I'm smiling. And across from him at the table, I see an older woman. And when I say, it looked just like him. It literally looked like the older version of him with a wig on or some braids or something that didn't have no edges to it, if I'm being for real. I seen this lady sitting there and I'm like, what the heck? So I walk up. I say hey to him. I give him a hug. I say hi. He introduced us. He like, Mia, this is my mother. And I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm really shocked because I'm like, what the heck? I'm at work and I'm meeting your mama for the first time. And we've been in a relationship for a good chunk of time. Well, in my eyes, it was a good chunk of time. This is my first relationship though, as well. So my toxic relationship is out the way. Eligible, bachelor, men, preferably God-fearing. Let me stop. So, yeah, I'm greeting his mom. I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. How you doing? And she like greet me, but she not like welcoming. Like, my mother is so welcoming. If I introduce anybody to my mama, she gonna make you feel like you her child. You can ask any of my friends, anybody I ever introduced my mama to, she gonna make you feel so warm and loved. Like, dang, she's happy I'm in her daughter's life. This lady was not like that. It was all short. She was just looking at the menu. She was looking at me through her little glasses. Like, she wasn't really, it was like, this server here to take our order. I'm like, what y'all want to drink? Or what can I get y'all to drink? I didn't say what y'all want to drink. But what can I get y'all to drink? Da 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 da. I get their little drink orders. His mother's being difficult. But later on, I realized that's just how she is as a person. The difficult part at a restaurant, that wouldn't be able to change because she's way more difficult in real life. But anyway, so time goes on. I end up getting their order. I end up giving them their food, getting them everything they need. And we're still not talking. Me and the mama still ain't talking. Ain't no questions being asked. She don't care. I'm really their server. That's it. He's the one all up in my face giving me googly eyes and stuff. She is not. Stun me. So basically they asked for the check. She asked for the check. His mama asked for the check. I go and I get the check. He automatically take out a 20 and give it to me as a tip. He like, this your tip. I appreciated you. I wanted to bless you. Here's your tip. He gave me a 20. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet type stuff. And his mama go, oh, you paying for the meal? Okay, shoot. You got about $18 more left on this bill. It's about $38. You might as well give her another 20 and tell her keep the change. And I'm just standing there. And I'm like, he like, no, like this is her tip. You could pay for it and this is her tip. She don't even make it hourly. She make $2.13 an hour. Like he talking to her like this, explaining to her like this. Like this is her 20. I'm not finna pay for it. She like, nah, you gonna treat me. He gonna treat me good. He gonna treat me good. He gonna get another 20 out for you. You could keep the change when he get this other 20 out. He arguing back and forth. He ended up taking the 20 and put it back in his pocket. And he like, well, I'm not finna pay for it then since you won't give her a tip. I just told you she make $2.13 an hour. She make her money off tips. She like, you make your money off tips? I'm like, yes, I make my money off tips. I make $2.13 an hour. She like, what if they don't tip? I say, I don't get paid. And she like, and she take out the money for the check and he put the 20 back down and they give it to me. I say, thank you so much. It was so nice meeting you, being all sweet to this evil lady. So they end up leaving. So I finished the shift. I ended up doing everything I had to do, and I ended up going to his house. Like I said, every time I got off, it was like clockwork. I'm going to his house. I'm going to his house. I'm doing what I do what I do, and I go to his house. So I go home, I shower, I go to his house. Like, I don't know why. Anyway, we were separate, but we were living together. But we were separate. We were dang near living together, though. I go to his house. He opened the door for me, and he stepped outside. So instead of letting me in, he stepped outside. And I'm like, what's up? He like, well, is my cousin over here, my roommate in the living room, and my mama here as well. I just wanted to let you know before you walked in there. And I'm like, why are all these people like, what's up? What's going on? Why is she still here? What's she come down here for? I wasn't asking in like a rude way, like, what's she here for? Tell her to leave. I just want to know what's the special occasion. He was like, I told you that I might be having a baby being born today. She came down to see her grandbaby being born, if it's her grandbaby. And I'm like, wow. So the only reason she here is because you're having a child, might be having a child, and you brought her to eat at the place that your current girlfriend works when you're having a baby by another girl that's in the hospital? What you tripping for? Like, I told you that it might not even be my baby, but if it is my baby, she will want to be here to see it be born. I was like, so it's a big chance that it's your child because your literal cousin is here and your mom is here supporting the birth of this girl that you supposedly don't know and had a one-night stand with. So by this time, he telling me to be quiet and lower my tone because I'm getting too loud. So we go to the car and we're sitting in the car, and at this point we're arguing, but we're yelling at this point because I'm like, are you dumb? I said, what would you say if I was your sister and this was happening right now? Like, what would you literally say if I was your daughter and this was going on right now? What would you expect me to do in this moment? Because I just wanted him to understand what was finna happen. Like, when I leave, I want you to get in your head that this is a messed up situation that you got me in. And I'm just now finding out about it the day it's occurring. It would have been one thing if you told me. I would have got my thoughts together. I would have got myself together. I probably wouldn't have went over your house. I probably would have just, cut contact to you, got it together to you, got your DNA test, and we figured out the child wasn't yours, and we got back together. But no, instead, you tell me the same day your mom is coming here. So what I'm thinking is, what would have happened if we didn't have that conversation on the couch, not on the couch, in the bed? What would have happened if we didn't have the conversation in the bed? Would your mama tell me? What? I don't know. But we arguing at the top of the lungs, and I'm just like, what? What would you do? What would you expect from them? And he was like, well, first of all, I would expect them to understand that people make mistakes every day. I made a mistake. It was a one-night stand. It's a lot of people who having sex all the time, but the difference is a baby isn't coming from it. So I would want them to understand, first of all, whatever the dude is going through. But most importantly, I would want them to wait on the DNA test. Like, he laying it out like this. And I'm like, thinking about it, but I'm mad. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm mad. I'm not caring. I'm yelling and all that. He like, you yelling at my mama in there. You yelling in front of my mama in front of the door. Like, he's starting to snap now too. And I'm just over it. And I'm just dumb as well, because I end up shutting up. I ended up saying, okay. And I end up going inside the house. She knew that I knocked on the door, and I felt like it would have been wrong to skirt off. It wouldn't have been wrong to skirt off. This is my life. That is your son. And you just treated me like trash in this restaurant and wanted to tip me $2 for your difficult order, ma'am. But no, I went back in the house. And this is not only a Toxic X series, but a most embarrassing Storytime series for me, because this man got away with so much and I was just a dummy. This girl was dumb, and y'all gonna hear, bro. Y'all gonna hear and y'all gonna know. But this is the first instance. Well, actually, the first instance was in that bed, but this was the second instance. I went in with him, bro. I calmed down. I said, this might not even be his kid. Let's just take this opportunity to get to know his mother and his cousin and spend some bonding time, you know, and we'll get this cracking. We'll make this work. Why did I do that? Oh, my stomach just dropped even getting to this part of the story, because it's like I'm reliving it, thinking about it again. And it makes me want to throw up. Like, even thinking about it makes me want to throw up. So I go in, I sit down, I greet everybody. Hi, hey, y'all, hey. When I get in there, all the conversation is surrounded by babies. Tweaky's baby. This is the first time I'm learning anything. Gender, name, like, all that. And they just started sharing stories about little girls, and they all had kids in the room. So they was all telling stories. My child that, when I had my child this, when I had my child that. Tweaky having a grand old time. Kiki Kai. Now I'm just sitting there like, really feeling so, I felt like pigs. They eat their caca and then they poop it out, like, and whatever that is, that's what I felt like. It just felt so disgusting. They were just talking. Mind you, I'm sitting by his mother on the couch. His mother's right here, Tweaky's right here. Why wasn't Tweaky right here? I don't know. But his mother right here, Tweaky right here. So she like, what's your name again? I said, Mia. She like, Mia? Hold up, ain't that good name? She said just like that. Ain't that good name? Ain't that the good name? Ain't that your baby mama name? Mia? Talking to Tweaky. I said, what? He said, that's not her full name. That's not her real name. She just go by that. That's not her real name. The mother sitting beside me pulled up that girl Facebook. Said, well, that's her name on Facebook. See? Showed me the girl Facebook, bruh. Just nasty. Like, giving me such nasty energy that it was just falling all on me. And I felt like I needed to go scrub myself in the shower. Like, I needed to pray myself clean, because everything she was throwing at me was just sticking. So I'm just like, wow, that's funny. Because honestly, like, what are the odds? What are the odds? No, like, for real, what are the odds? So I'm just taking that in. I'm just sad at this point. I say I gotta go to the bathroom. After that news, I have to go. I go to the restroom and I'm in there drying my eyes and crying. Why am I still there? I have a vehicle. I have a home. I literally could have left. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. But in my head, I'm still like, this could not be his child. Like, there's a chance that this ain't his child. He told me that she be effing, so she could have been effing anybody. And who's to say that that child is his? I'm not finna just leave for no reason if that child not his. So I stuck around. I don't know how the night ended, but the night ended. It was just a lot going on. The baby was finna be due. I wasn't gonna be there. I'm finna go home. I'm just finna, I don't know, clear my thoughts again. I don't know. So I go home, whatever. The baby didn't end up being born that day. The first day where I end up meeting her, the date was December 30th. Therefore, the next day the baby was born, right? Guess what it was? Yes. Why did I ever think that the year was going to be a great year when this is how I brought it in? So December 31st comes around, and I think I was off this day. I'm chilling with him again. We end up talking about it, and I'm just telling him how uncomfortable I am about it, and he's telling me, like, you are making decisions before we even know. And I'm like, but all of this is going on, why? If there's such a big chance that it's not yours, why is your mother here? Like, what's going on? And he's just like, just in case it is. Gaslighting, manipulation, and I was falling for all of it. That's what I'm saying. Just embarrassing. Oh, I forgot to say, let's back up a little bit. When I said I had to go to the restroom, after his mother showed me the girl Facebook, and we actually indeed in fact had the same name. So after she showed me that Facebook and I go to the bathroom, when I say his bed was laid out, floor, like it had so much baby stuff on it. Baby wipes, diapers, pacifiers, bibs, like onesies. It was like lotion, shampoo. It was so much stuff for a baby on his bed. And I'm just like, this man told me that there was a chance, that there's a high chance that this ain't even your child. Like, you just like, this ain't your baby. Like, yeah, I might have a kid. Like, you didn't say, yeah, you have a baby. You finna go to the hospital and my mama coming down here with presents. So he explained himself. We chilling, we hanging. And he tells me he's about to leave. I'm like, where are you going? It's New Year's Eve. Like, we chilling right now, but we decided we was just gonna turn up in the crib together. Like, we was gonna take shots. We was gonna turn up. We was gonna have a good time in the house together. So I'm like, where are you going? He like, my mama outside. I'll be back. I promise you I'll be back before 12. He leave immediately. I pick up my phone. I'm texting him and I'm like, don't tell me you going to the hospital right now on New Year's Eve. Then he like, I really want to find out if it's my child or not. Once the baby is born, we could do a DNA test and it'll be the end of it right there. Part of me, I was just in denial. Let me just be honest. I was just in denial. I'm like, this is not his baby. He's telling me it's not his baby. He's telling me that there's a high chance that this child isn't his because his baby mother be effing, right? That's what he said, right? He at the hospital. It's whatever, bro. I'm just like, okay, he not even texting back at this point. I'm laying down at this point. I'm like laying down in his bed. And I'm like, bro, I'm just sad. I'm looking at people turning up on the Snap. I'm turning up on the ground, posting their pretty pictures and stuff. This is New Year's Eve. And I'm in another man's bed while he's in the hospital, while his maybe baby mama is having a child. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? I should go back in time and fight myself because I was tripping, to say the least. So I end up falling asleep. I end up waking up to him coming through the door. And I'm looking at him, he looking at me, but we not really saying nothing to each other. I flip over, I look at my phone. It's 11:42 or 11:43, something like that. It's like 11:40 something. And I'm just like, and I flip over and I lay my butt back down because, wow, this is how I'm going to remember my new year. I look at my phone. I got some missed text messages from him. And it's like, hey, can you come pick me up from the hospital? Hey, everything went well. Can you come get me so we could spend the new year together? I was asleep. And yes, Tweaky did not have a car. Tweaky didn't have a car. And to add to that, I would let Tweaky drive my car. I know, right? City girls down 5,000 points. I don't want to talk about it. I learned from my mistakes. I don't want to talk about it. So I'm getting on my phone. I take this time as an opportunity to lurk. I don't have a Facebook. But the people down here in Mississippi are Facebook crazy. I don't know. I see that as an old people site. I don't know. I could be wrong. I can make a little quick little Facebook for any occasion. Like, it ain't nothing to get a little email, a little phone number, to get a little code, and to lurk. So that's what I did. Yeah. I'm not proud. Or I think I did both. I think I logged into that one day, but another time I ended up logging into this super old Facebook page that, like, it had a picture from, like, middle school on it. Like, that's how old it was, like, when I actually did have a Facebook. So I logged back into that or whatever. Or I made a new one. It was one of the times I did this both with him. I was crazy. I was lurking. I was on it. So I'm lurking on his little Facebook. And you know what I see? A new post, right? And this mug was a tribute. This man posted on Facebook pictures of this baby that he didn't know was his. He posted pictures of her in his arms, of her just alone in the bed with her little hospital blanket on, the little cap on. Took pictures of the child, y'all. Took pictures with the child, y'all. And posted talking about December, my daughter. Like, you don't think this child is yours, but you're posting a whole tribute to her on your Facebook page? I'm looking at it like, what the heck? It was just this long post, bro, and I'm just like, wow. And I didn't want to ruin his moment. This seemed like a moment he was enjoying, and it seemed like I kept ruining it every time I threw a fit or started to ask questions. In hindsight, every time I got mad, he got mad at me. He wanted to yell at me, acting like I was the problem, when you literally told me the day you had that child, not the day, but the day the child was due, you told me. The same day I met your mother, you told me that baby was due. So I had every single right to be upset as long as I needed to be upset. I had every single right to get answers to every single question I had. And let me calm down, because y'all are not that nigga tweaky. Yeah, I'm dumb. I know. I put his feelings before mine, wanted to avoid conflict, but still wanted to be there for him. Didn't want to leave him at his lowest point because his mother would so-called physically and verbally abuse him, and his brother would physically and verbally abuse him as well. And I just was like, I don't want to leave when I'm the one person that's actually showing him true and genuine love. This was a horrible relationship. This was one of them relationships where we would get into it and he would bring up his deceased grandmother, like, she's the only one that cared about me, the only one that would really show me true love. And I'm just like, I'll show you true love. I'll show you true love, Tweaky. I'm just saying, this was my first relationship, so I thought everything that was coming from him was as genuine as everything that was coming from me. I didn't say anything about the post. The next day I asked about the paternity test, what's up with it, how'd it go, what's up? And he said, I haven't gotten it yet. I still plan on getting it. I didn't want to do it in front of everybody. Her family was there, my family was there. I didn't want it to be an awkward occurrence or embarrass her if the baby wasn't actually mine. First of all, I didn't even know that it was automatic like that. I don't know. Was it? Is it at the doctor? I don't know any of that. That's what I'm saying. Educate yourself. Don't listen to just what people tell you thinking they got your best interest at heart, because no, they got their own best interest at heart. That's basically the end of the story time. He told me he's still planning on getting the paternity test, and I believed him. I said there's a possibility this child isn't his, and I just knew that's what it was. I ignored the post on Facebook. I wasn't supposed to have a Facebook anyway. If I didn't lurk, I wasn't going to find it. So I just left it like that. And that was the start of the toxic relationship that I had. That's literally the time about how I found out my toxic ex-boyfriend had a baby on me. Subscribe, like, and comment in that order if you want to stay updated with these story times. Tell me what you think down below. Have you been as dumb as me? Have you been dumber than me? If you think you've been dumber than me, click that notification bell, because I promise you I could top it. I put my life savings on it. I could top it. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you want it, you got to go and get it. And look at me. Look at me getting it. Oh. I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.